people ask us like why we like the membership model. And I think people confuse what we like. We don't just believe your business should only be a membership. Like you can do other things, right? Like if you want to speak some, if you want to do coaching, if you want to sell a physical product or something, whatever, like do it. That's fine. But like the membership is the floor, you know, and like what you found out this year was like, well, wait a minute, you know, the floor, if I'm only a speaker, is rock bottom. Right? Like all those speaking gigs are gone. But the floor with a membership under me is like a safety net. It's like, oh, that's cool. And then you realize, well, wait a minute, 100 members. If I had 200 members, my floor would be higher than everybody else's ceiling, you know? And that's the security and stability of the membership. That story at the end where you're like, and the membership started to grow has happened time and time again in the community last year, because I think people were driven online and they were seeking out community. And there's no better way to not replace community in your real life, but like to have community and fellowship online than in a membership community where everybody's striving toward the same goal. Everybody's got a like-minded attitude. And once you connect with those people, man, you're like in all the way. Our brand is funny. People always ask us about the arrow that's in the middle of the Flipped Lifestyle logo. And it's an arrow that points up and down. And really our entire brand is creating choices. And that's what the arrow represents to us in our logo is we all have choices, man. We all have choices. And, you know, when the pandemic hit, I remember looking over at Jocelyn the day that our governor closed the whole state. And he literally said, to his credit, it was the most honest thing I'd ever heard a politician say. He said, I know the words that are going to come out of my mouth in the next few minutes are going to make some of you unemployed. And we're going to be there for you. So he said that. And I'd never heard of it. I looked at Jocelyn. I said, this is bad. I said, this is really, really bad. Like something is happening. And, but you know, I just remember like doubling down and going, you know, we're not going to go quietly into the night because we have choices. We control our destiny. The choices we've made to now have prepared us to make choices in this moment. And like that was, and because we made those choices, we said, we are going to grow this year. We are going to continue hiring team, even though we had every right to stop spending money. We said, no, we're going to hire new people. We're going to keep growing the community. We're going to get the business going. And when you have a membership site and when you have an online business, even if it's just your side hustle, you have choices. And that's what we want to create in people's lives, man, is just let them make those decisions. I don't have to go to the 9 to 5. I got a choice. I don't have to go back on the road. I've got a choice. And most people are brought up in their life thinking they don't have choices. You got one railroad track, you get on it. If they fire you, your life is over. Or if the speaking gigs dry up, your life is over. And man, I am just not playing that game anymore. That's not the game we're called to live. Anyway. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, Shane, I look back now because I love education. I mean, I would have taught for free. That's how much I love working with kids and training teachers. And I guess that's why I succeeded so much at it when I became a consultant, because I was so passionate about it. But my biggest regret now, knowing what I know now, I wish I could go back and have started a membership program when I was working in education.
There you go.
My goodness. Oh, Shane, I'm kicking myself now because I had a huge following and I just let it dry up on the vine. I didn't even think about doing a membership. You're talking about, I trained probably over 260,000 teachers over the course of my career.
Man, all you needed was 500 of them to pay you.
Exactly. Month, what if I just had 100 of them?
100 of them, man. You know what I mean?
And I never once tried to enroll them in a membership program.
The best time to start a membership was probably a year ago, and the next best time's today. So it don't matter, man. You're doing it right now. We got right with the Lord, and we started moving toward the membership model. That's okay, buddy. All right, so let's talk about your actual membership site now.
Okay.
So we've got 100 members. We've got a growing community. We've got people paying you every single month, and we've got this thing that we can now grow. So let's talk about what's holding you back. Like what fear mindsets, like where, that 100 member mark can be a little intimidating too once you get there.
Yeah.
Right. So tell me what's holding you back right now from just doubling that thing. Why we got to wait a year? Why can't we double it like in the next quarter?
Well, I know I'm probably one of my biggest problems in my mindset. And because I keep finding in facts to validate it, and it's holding me back. And it's that when you're working in a faith-based market, they think if it's great and it's good, it's from the Lord, so it should be free. Right. Why do we have to pay to be in fellowship? Why do we have to pay to be in community? Why I got to pay for coaching and counseling with you? Why do I have to pay? Now, I'm not saying that's what everybody, obviously we wouldn't have any members if everybody thought that.
That's right.
But what holds me back is one, I think that I believe that they going to think we're doing something evil because we're charging for it, number one. Also, I know that we're undercharging for what we do. And I believe that they don't understand in the faith-based community or in Christian community, they don't understand the value of coaching. That we will be considered low level. I came from the secular market, and I know that I've paid a lot of money for coaching, where you're paying a membership program that could be from $1,000 to $2,000 to even $5,000 a month.
Yeah, you understand ROI though. That's the difference.
But that's devil speak in the Christian community.
I know, man.
What do you mean paying that kind of money? Not understanding the return on investment. And so I've let my knowledge of that hold me back, because we only charge $100 a month for what we do. But, and Shane, please,
what do you do?
Okay, don't curse me out.
I don't curse. I'll pray for you, but I won't curse you out. I promise.
You're gonna pray. You're gonna say we need to lay hands on Joe Martin now. That's what you're gonna say right now. You're like, Joe, you're doing what? This is what we offer for our $100 a month. We offer unlimited coaching with me.
Oh no!
All right, okay. It gets worse. It gets worse. Oh. Unlimited counseling. All right. And you pay $100 to $150 an hour for a counselor. Unlimited coaching with me, unlimited counseling. They get assigned a what we call a best man, a person who checks on them regularly.
Is that an employee or is it
No, they're volunteers from in the community. They want to do it. And they want to make sure that person is taken care of. We call them your best man. That's basically your best friend in a sense, because you have a hard time trusting people and that kind of thing. I handpicked him because he has proven himself. He's been with us maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. And so we assign them to that person. They get unlimited access to all of our online courses. We offer like 15 online courses. Pretty much they get access to our private Facebook group. So, but the biggest thing is that coaching. And you know good and well, right now, if you offer me unlimited coaching, you couldn't coach anybody right now, Shane, if you offer that to me.
No chance. Right.
And so, but now here's the crazy thing about it. And this is my mindset. We offer it. You think, Joe, how can you even be on the call with me right now if you're offering unlimited coaching? They don't take advantage of it.
That's the 80-20. It's like church. Like you got 10 people that are vacuuming. I mean, it's like if you got 4 people that volunteer in the nursery out of 400. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the way it is. Like, people never use that stuff. But at scale, that will become a massive problem.
Yeah, I know it will. Problem. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about this a little bit now. So your fear, what I'm hearing is that one, man, as this goes broader and people are like, are you really, Jesus wouldn't charge me to lay hands on me? You know what I'm saying?
And then if I raise the price on top of it to double it, and you're raising it.
That's right.
You used to charge this. Now this must be from the devil.
I know. You know what I know what you're saying, man. All right. So let's, I think the easiest way to talk about this fear specifically is to talk about results and to say, you can't make everyone happy. This is not church. Mm-hmm. Right. This is a membership. It's not church. You are providing value in the marketplace for an exchange. That's just it. I mean, and that's it's so simple to say that, but not easy to internalize it. Mm-hmm. But people are going to criticize you. That's going to happen. And from a results aspect, here's what I've learned over, gosh, I don't even know how many memberships and sales and people. Every person I've ever given it to for free has failed.
Yeah.
And I did them a disservice by doing that because people who pay attention, and people who are invested get ROI, and the result that they want, right? The return on that result, it should be RAI, result after investment, right? That RAI that they're wanting to get is the result that you deliver, and that you help them with. So your price is totally justified. In fact, it's crazy because you can't maintain this, and we've got to change the model to either not offer this or change the way that you offer it. Right. And I don't know if you have to raise your price. I think changing your offer is probably the better way to do it. Okay. And like the cool thing about changing the offer is you can draw a line in the sand on a date. Like you could say like March 1st or whatever. And like, you don't have to even make this public, but you can just say that, everyone who's a member today, I made this promise to them, right? And I'm going to honor that promise for X months going forward, and I'll let them know that. And at that point, I'll just be okay if they're not happy with the new offerings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can not mess with your people you're messed with now, and you don't even have to worry about that until the date comes where you want to change the model. Okay.
Right.
And then now you say going forward, hey guys, we're going to change this. We're going to come together as a group Q&A once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And you can now ask me anything that you need. You can talk about it. You can hear other people talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, you can submit an anonymous question, and I'll pick from the anonymous questions. If you don't want to, look weak or look scared or look whatever. But we're gonna do this from a one-to-many mentality from now on. That's why the flipped lifestyle model is content that answers 80% of the questions. Like the same questions get asked over and over again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make sure my content covers that, so I can point to it whenever you ask that question in my forums. And then on Q&As, I'm going to talk to people live, but we're going to learn from each other. Like 10, 15 people out of 100 get the questions, right? And then everybody gets to listen in. Everybody learns. Everybody gets excited. We celebrate wins. But it's 1 hour and a half, twice a month. That's all I do, right? And then on the backside of that, we have to focus on connecting the people together, because Dr. Joe Martin and Shane Sams don't have all the answers. We gotta tap into the collective mind power of the membership to help each other. And those people have answers for each other that are actually closer to what you are. I don't remember what it was like to exactly start my business 10 years ago. Right. But someone who just started their business 6 months ago and someone who's starting their business today, they're much more likely to have the in the moment battlefield answers that each other needs than I'm going to have anyway. Right. And by thinking of that membership mindset, that one-to-many mindset, and we make a commitment to move forward, and we change that one-to-many mindset, it's going to take that pressure off of you. Like, you don't have to sell that anymore. You can stop right now, keep it $100 a month. Don't raise your price. Leave everybody with the promise they've got. That's like your beta group. You've already made some promises to them. You know what I'm saying? We changed the terms, though. We're going to have to tell them, hey, guys, I'm going to be closing down this unlimited counseling thing, right? I'm going to this unlimited coaching is going to be shut down. I am still going to offer coaching, right? Like maybe you have 20 spots a month that you charge, $200, $300 for. Right. And only your members have access to that, but they're going to have to tap into that with payment. And the people who are already taking advantage of it will take advantage of it. But we're just going to change the offer. We got to back out of the offer. Like I told you off air, I'm getting ready to work with this live event company as an education partner. Kind of like how Rich Dad Poor Dad has conferences and they sell products at the end of it, or Tony Robbins would do something like that. Like we're the education partner for this company. And so when we go in and we do that, I was actually creating offers the other day. And one of the offers, we have a program that we're developing right now. It's in beta, called the Roundtable. And my vision is for it to be mastermind groups of people who connect together, but I'm not there. Now I might hire a facilitator who runs 20 groups of 10 people, right? And, they work 20 hours a week on that and 20 hours on admin. I could definitely see that happening. But it's just because people really need that connection and that mastermind environment to succeed at a higher level. So when I was looking at the offers, I was putting that in, but of course, this from the speaker world, there's a split between the live event company and the education partner.
Right.
When you sell something, Jocelyn looked at me and said, whoa, after the split, that's totally not worth it, because we have to hire this person. We have to do this to support it. We're going to have a live event for these people. Like that math does not work. So I had to talk to my partner and say, no, we're backing out of that. We're not going to offer that at the event. We're going to sell that off the back end where we get a higher split is what our goal is. You know what I'm saying? And we're still massaging the offer. It may end up worth it eventually. Right. But I pulled that out of the offer. It just can't be that way anymore, and it's the same thing with our community. As our communities get to 500, 1,000, like this has to be reevaluated every 500 to 1,000 people, because if you are at 100, 500, 1,000, because the offer has to change so that you can serve more people. Right. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you have to raise the price, and never, ever feel like you have to keep offering the exact same thing, because you don't. You have choices. Right. Now, will some people leave your membership? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
That will happen. But if you lose 20 and you gain 200, I mean, you just change your avatar a little bit. You're just looking for a different person.